Postgame with Eddie Comeau after the win in overtime versus Calgary. All right, Coach, the easy one, the softball question. Just walk us through what you're thinking now after a big win versus Calgary.
Winning in this league is really, really hard, and I said that to the guys. Nothing's ever going to come easy in this league, and if you think it does, then you're never going to get results that you need. And that's just another example of two teams going toe-to-toe, and they're a good team, well coached, great goaltending, and we certainly thought we had control of the game, but that's lacrosse. It changes quickly, and another lead that kind of gave up, and then we were playing from behind and tied it, and overtime it's a flip of the coin, right? And they score, gets called back, and we score, and it's good. So happy to get the win. Certainly some things we got to clean up and work on, but yes, winning in this league is tough, and it feels good to get the win.
Finally got some reviews to go your way there in overtime. It's felt like it's been few and far between.
Yeah, it's over the course of the season, you hope things balance out. We had a couple in Halifax that worked well for us, but yeah, at home we've kind of been snake bitten. But yeah, it's hard to look at what I see. I don't see all the TV replays, but it looked like they were the right calls on both of them. So I know they were kind of upset after the game about some calls or whatever, but I think over the course of a game, there's just so many good players, so many good opportunities, so many great plays that are made that it's hard to say. The one goal that Millsy gets in overtime is obviously ends the game, but there was so many other great goals, and Andrew scoring a goal late in the clock and tying the game. So yeah, it's we'll take those calls that go our way every night.
Do you remember what you said to the team before heading into overtime?
Message was we'd been there before, that nothing changes. We needed to continue to attack, but we also said the easiest way to end a game in overtime is to get a transition goal. So we really talked about we got to make sure we get off the floor. And I thought if you look back in the first and third, I think we only gave up 3 goals, and the second and fourth we gave up 9 goals. So we knew they were going to run, and switching ends in overtime was probably a good thing for us because we were kind of struggling with them, their transition game. But yeah, that was kind of the message. Just we've been here before, play our game, and let's end this thing as quickly as we can.
Felt as though there was a concerted effort offensively to get behind the rack and set up some of your offensive sets behind the back of Del Bianco. Can you walk us through that?
Well, we've looked at the last few game films, and it's amazing the number of times a guy's behind the net, and we're taking, maybe, I don't want to say an ill-advised shot, but maybe not a great shot. I think, why don't we just pass the ball to that guy and let him curl around the crease, let him try to dunk it if the goalie comes out, let him, feed someone else cutting. So we did talk about that, and it's very tough to defend as defensive players. Like with our defensive guys, we talk a lot about how we're going to defend back there, and it's hard. And so many of these guys, like Lyle, so athletic, being able to dunk, and Millsy scoring those goals, and Colsey scored some goals back there. So it's concerted effort. I think it's just another option that we're looking at to say, hey, let's explore this if it's there, as opposed to looking that player off. If you stand a guy behind the net and we don't use him, then we're not really taking advantage of trying to draw their defense, or it's much like in field lacrosse. When the ball goes to X behind the net, the defense turns to look, and sometimes you get easy looks on that.
Is that something you think we'll see more of this season, or was that kind of just a Del Bianco situation?
I think every team is doing it, and I don't know, I want to say we're late to the party doing it because we've scored some goals, we've done it, but I think it's just effective. It's hard to defend, and when you play against some teams, they'll shut the guy off behind the net. So they're literally playing 4-on-4 up top. And that's, anytime the numbers go down, 5-on-5 to 4-on-4, the advantage, there's more advantage to the offense. So I remember in Colorado a couple of years ago, we had 2 guys behind the net kind of inadvertently, and they had 2 guys behind the net checking them. I was like, this is 3-on-3 up top. Like, this is like and one basketball here, just 3-on-3. So I think we're going to continue to try to use it, and we have to continue to try to defend it because other teams are doing it as well.
certainly, as you said, things to clean up. Wasn't the perfect game, but it was sort of the epitome of a team effort. I mean, your big three had 39 shots on goal. The defense was blocking a lot of shots.
Yeah.
Everybody really contributed in some way.
100%. That was the message before the game to the guys, is that in this league, your best player is generally neutralized by the other team's best player. This guy's really good, that guy's really good. So it really comes down to a total team effort. And tonight with Zach Miller getting 3 goals, not a guy that scores a total ton of goals, but has scored big goals for us this year. And that, it's a team effort. We had one of our D guys go down early, so we're down a D guy, and D guys were playing more minutes, and a lot of great things. And I said, this isn't a one-on-one league. This is a league you win and lose together as a team, and we had a full effort from everyone tonight.
One more question. How do you explain the lack of goals from Shane? 6 assists. He's got 31 assists now in 9 games. But he's just not scoring goals the way he did. I assume that's not by design.
No.
How is this happening?
I think when you looked in the first quarter, Shane had 2 great shots. And Del Bianco was dropping, hit shoulder on one. I think it hit his head on the other. And those are ones that if they drop for you, you're playing with more confidence. You're got the swagger happening. But I think for him, we talked about it this week, that he can do a lot of great things. And 6 assists is great. He's feeding well. He's taking his shots, and sometimes they drop, sometimes they don't. But I think for him, really leading our offense, doing the little things, getting off the floor. He had some great looks, kind of backside tonight, and opposite side crease that he got some shots on. So, I'm not worried about Shane. I know he'll go out this week and he'll shoot 1,000 balls this week, and he's his own. I don't have to tell him about anything. He's his own worst critic, and he's pretty hard on himself. So, I know he's happy we won, and that's a great thing. There's guys in this league that don't score a goal, their team wins, and they're upset. He just wants to win, but he also knows him scoring is a big part of us being successful, that we need that. So he'll work hard, and he'll be back next week.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.